that ball, giving Queens a chance now to perhaps put it away. Marinucci has the touchdown. Dave Marinucci, who has not carried that often today in contrast to his running mate Manastursky, going in for the major score.
Nothing too fancy about it with momentum on their side. That offensive line drives everybody off. Marinucci simply leans behind that big convoy out in front of him. Falls over the goal line.
The point after attempt by Blaine Shore. Queens in front, 12-3. Now 13-3 in favor of Queens. The Atlantic Bowl involving the Eskimos and the Calgary Stampeders. Smith going for broke down the sidelines, intended for Davies, and already the fans are out on the playing field with 18 seconds left. I really don't think they're going to get an opportunity to finish this ball game. They're out on the field already, surrounding the goalposts, and the policeman on horseback absolutely powerless to keep the mob off the playing field. It's going to be called off with 18 seconds remaining, and the Queens Golden Gaels will lay claim to the Vanier Cup as 1978 Canadian college champions. And their middle linebacker, Ed Andrew, has been named winner of the Teddy Morris Trophy as the game's outstanding player. And there's the man who directed this Queens team to an undefeated season, Doug Hargreaves. Queens winning its 10th straight game and ruling Canadian college football in this 1978 C.I.A.U. season.
That truly is an outstanding record, having gone undefeated all season long. For a team to do that, they certainly have had to have good depth and good overall coaching and an extremely great effort out of all their ball players.
Doug Hargreaves, the coach of the Queens team, full marks for their 16-3 triumph over the University of British Columbia Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds with their first ever College Bowl appearance, and they can certainly hold their heads high as they gave it a good shot and played some interesting, entertaining football. We'll be back with our post-game show and the presentation ceremony. And Ed Zemro with the Vanier Cup preparing to make the presentation. Out there to receive it, Randy Edgeworth, number 59, along with Jim Dandria, number 26. And there it is, the Vanier Cup, going to Queens for the second time in the 14-year history of this event. They won it previously in 1968. You know, you talk about trophies, some people may forget that Queens, way back in 22, 23, and 24, also inscribed its name on the Grey Cup, a trophy they'll be playing for here in Toronto at CNE Stadium a week from tomorrow.
Finally got something to cheer about. Pete Harrison has put together a pretty impressive drive here, mixing up both the pass and the run, and they're knocking at the door at the 6-yard line.
First and goal to go. This is O'Doherty into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, we've got ourselves a ball game right now. The Queens Golden Gaels have come back. They have shut down Calgary here in the second half, and now they pick up their first touchdown. And if the convert is successful, they'll trail by only 7.
Well, you heard the president of Queens University tell us they were a second-half football team. Apparently, this seems to be the case. But that's just a great individual effort.
Ball at the 2-yard line, second down, Queens. Harrison keeps it himself, fumbles.
Ball's loose.
Touchdown, Queens. a look at this one again.
Well, no question, Pete Harrison on the quarterback sneak fumbled. And I'm not sure from this angle who we'll be able to see who recovered it. It's immaterial, though, as they have awarded the Queens Golden Gaels a touchdown. They have tied this ball game up with the convert coming.
It may have been Steve Hudson, number 58, who recovered the ball.
I'll tell you what, though, his receivers are doing a good job of running those pass patterns, keeping in bounds. They're doing an excellent, excellent job.
First down, Calgary. The catch is made by Soroska, and he scores the touchdown with 2:24 left on the clock. A perfect pass, Vavra to Soroska, and the Dinosaurs are back on top. A 32-yard strike. And so the Calgary Dinosaurs will win the 1983 Vanier Cup as they go out in front now 31-21 with just 5 seconds left to play in the game.
Well, we heard a lot of talk about Greg Vavra coming into this ball game, and of course our first opportunity to see him play. Certainly been impressed with his performance, not only throwing the football, the new Vanier Cup record with 5 field goals. Just an excellent afternoon for he and the rest of his offense.
Congratulations to head coach Pete Cannellan and his staff as the Golden Gaels put one up there and complete it down to the 37-yard line. Connie Mandela comes up with the reception, but it's too little too late as the Calgary Dinosaurs defeat the Queens Golden Gaels 31-21 to win the 1983 Vanier Cup. That's the final score, 31-21. This is Vanier Cup 83. Just a wonderful afternoon here at Varsity Stadium in downtown Toronto as the Calgary Dinosaurs win the Vanier Cup for 1983. They led it 17-3 at the half. The Golden Gaels came back to lead 21-20, and then the Dinosaurs came right back with a go-ahead touchdown, and then the 5th field goal of the afternoon for Greg Vavra.
Greg, let's switch. Greg, get over here. Let's go now. Come on now. Come on.
After 3 quarters.
Come on, oh, come on, oh. Settles on 32. Not over yet, oh.
In university hockey.
We know they're very physical. We know that Rick Smith coordinates their offense, so we expect to see a lot of things that we saw when Ottawa U was being coordinated by Rick and Carlton. We know they're very tough on defense. Better probably on defense than offense, and we know their special teams are good. And traditionally, they've always been a hard-nosed football team.
You glad it's them and not Western?
Oh, I'm two minds there. I think for the game of football, it would have been fantastic to have Queens and Western. Would have filled the dome, had more people in the dome on Saturday than Sunday for the Eastern final. But I understand Laurier has a good following. They just don't have the same number of alumni. So the other side of the coin is I'm glad it's not Western because they would have had all the motivation going for them because we beat them in preseason.
Elberg on the toss. Looks to get outside and does. Elberg, touchdown, Queens. One play after the turnover, and Elberg has left the building. Aside from that, the Guelph defense has done a good job bottling up Queens offense. Gaebler mishandles the snap. The ball is loose, and it's Queens football at the 16-yard line. Scooped up by Greg Brick. And another key turnover by the Guelph Griffin gives Queens outstanding field position.
And you know, this game right now it has shades of last year's goal against Saskatchewan.
Another first down, and Pendergast up the throw again. Deep down the sidelines, he has Kidd wide open. Touchdown, Queens. Ed Kidd from 34 yards out. And Doug Hargreaves has to like what he's seen so far. We even get a smile from the head coach early in the second quarter.
Impressive record at Queens University.
And both times, Dan Walters has missed on the field goal attempt.
I think he's making reference there to Bob LaRose, the head coach of Western.
And now checking into the football game is Rob Thurger. He'll take one of those positions.
And you know, Elberg's saying, hey, coach, I can play linebacker. Stick me in there.
He's done everything else for Queens. Why not?
Well, Peter Payne is back in the football game.
And Doug Hargreaves will take no chances, send in the punt unit. But an outstanding job by the Queens offense to drive the ball.
61.
Two scouts.
And it is indeed Matt Zeroni. So he's calling for unnecessary roughness, and he's on the field hurt. Don't see that often. Well, that's an unusual call. They called him for unnecessary roughness, but he was cut at the line of scrimmage. And as you mentioned, Jamie, that is an illegal play in football because it is a very dangerous play. Second and 10 now from the 28-yard line. Gaebler on a timing pattern now throws it up to the end zone. He's looking for Irwin. Touchdown, Guelph! Don't go anywhere. The Griffins are right back in it. Comes up with a good stand. You can almost guarantee they'll start their next possession inside Queens territory. And poor Doug Hargreaves is like watching a bad movie twice. Watching a bad movie twice.
That's nailed, but
out of 15-60 here. Yeah. Okay, let's get another DP in. Let's make it. Okay, Jeff. Okay.
Caught on the Jumbotron. They can't believe it, and neither can Doug Hargreaves. Second down from the 37, 45 to go in the fourth quarter. Gaebler has it picked off. It's intercepted. Aaron Campbell to the 30, the 20, dragged out at the 8-yard line, but this game is over. A 66-yard return. The Guelph Griffin threw it out to the flat. Aaron Campbell picked it up, took it 66 yards. There will be no overtime. There will be no comeback. The Queens Golden Gaels are going to the Vanier Cup.
Doug Hargreaves, why is this guy your 7th defensive back, Aaron Campbell? Game last week, a key interception in that football game against Bishops. Now he comes up with the biggest one this year. Steps in front, one-handed, makes a secure catch, and now it's a foot race. Aaron Campbell out of Crestwood Secondary School in Peterborough. Rob Hopke hauls him out of bounds.
They've had to overcome history. A tough football team, and dare we say some bad officiating. But the Golden Gaels, thanks to Aaron Campbell, have the ball with 33 seconds to play, and barring something absolutely incredible, the Queens Golden Gaels will be back here next week. This year, and his interception return is the difference. The clock is down to 0, and they won't even have to snap it.
Now they've got to snap it one more time to make it official.
I believe they called delay of game against Guelph. This is merely a formality. There is no time left on the clock, but they'll want to make absolutely sure.
Toronto, he engineered a drive in the last couple of minutes.
They haven't been to the Vanier Cup since the early 80s. They haven't won it since the late 70s. Queens will get its chance next week against the St. Mary's Huskies. Pendergast will take the snap and simply fall on the football. And the Queens Golden Gaels have won the Churchill Bowl. Queens is heading to the Vanier Cup. Kingston. And that means the Golden Gaels are coming here next week. Churchill's past has been buried finally by Queens. Brad Elberg congratulating the 12 Griffins. What congratulations he deserves. Since 1974, but this was one for the ages. You just knew he was going to come down to the final moments, and appropriately enough, another big play was Jamie Galloway with the punt from the end zone.
And I really think today the difference for Queens offensively was Tim Pendergast.
Don't go to sleep. The ball's supposed to come down right there in the 32. Right there. Down to 15. Right. Jamie and I knew we were doing, but I know what you wanted. I usually give him one. He tries to drop them. So I came and stood here. I wanted you to kick it right at me, but he told me to kick it at first. I understand.
Timeout, Queens.
Rick! What? Cut that guy! Yeah, you see that. He's gonna hold the number 4.
The best records in all of the C.I.A.U. One Vanier Cup win to his credit.
Let's go power again. Right. Wide side or short side? Short side. Okay, now he's talking about running power here to the short side. They're going to try and block everybody in, lead with the fullback, and kick out usually the first man on or outside of the tight end or slot back. In this case, it will either be Dan McCullough or Ed Kidd. And then they'll try and lead with Brad Elberg. Will try and slip inside.
This possession by Queens has chewed up 4:02 on the clock.
So they should be running this ball to the right. And they're going to try to block, I believe, Dwayne Brasseau.
53 seconds to play in the first quarter. This is the 10th play of the drive. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Dan Wright is in the football game at tight end. They're going to run it to the right side.
Elberg fighting, touchdown! Elberg scores for Queens. It was close, but the Gaels have the score. Brad Elberg with the 1-yard run, and Queens hits the board first.
Well, I thought they're going to be running to the right, but I guess they decided to go wide side. You can see a good block by Dan McCullough. Paul Kozan tries to kick out, but then Elberg sees the hole, and he cuts it back inside. All the ball has to do is cross the plane of the goal line, And the official standing right there to your right. Iliopoulos at linebacker tries to get inside. It's a pretty good struggle right there, I tell you. Alex Iliopoulos, bench press is close to 350 pounds. Brad Elberg over 400.
Look at that young man. A football player, no matter how you look at it.
Are set. They know who's going to take the dive man, who's going to take the quarterback, who's taking the pitch man.
Elberg is now flanked out as a slot back at the bottom of your screen. Here's Pendergast looking deep. He's got Alford open, and here he goes to the races. Brian Alford. Touchdown, Queen. No flag. A 78-yard pass and run touchdown.
Receiver was Rookie of the Year for the track team, and then he switched over to football. You can see why he was such a great track and field performer. Ran the 400 meters. He just fries David Houston, the defensive back. And that was a great pass by Tim Pendergast. Watch how high he throws this ball, and he just allows Alford to run underneath it. Takes the pass in full stride. And Queens have stunned St. Mary's.
78-yard pass and run touchdown from Tim Pendergast to Brian Alford.
Anthony Williams goes in motion on 2nd and 8.
Sykes bumped into his own man, lost the football, still loose. And finally, I think it is Queens football. As jumping on the loose ball was Jamie Lewin. It looked like Sean Monge had managed to recover it, but Lewin comes up with the loose ball. And that's another key play that you look at as a turning point, Jamie.
Of the year.
It was a gain of 15, 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. The toss to Elberg. He's got room to run. Elberg gets outside. Here he goes. Elberg. Touchdown, Queen. Brad Elberg from 23 yards out.
Regina connection. First it was Paul Kozan, now it's Brad Elberg taking the pitch outside. Queens come up to the ball. They snap the ball very quickly, and he manages to get around the corner, and now it's just his speed takes over. They say Elberg runs a 4.3340. Some people might dispute that, but there's no question he's one of the fastest men in the C.I.A.U.
Galloway with the convert. 21-0 Queens with 4 seconds to play in the first half. The Golden Gaels seeking their first national championship since 1978.
To have him sitting on the bench.
If Elberg gets the touchdown here, he'll tie the Vanier Cup record. Here he comes. Touchdown! His 3rd of the game.
Well, we said at halftime that Queens could not come out and be conservative. They've been anything but. They give the ball to Brad Elberg again, off tackle. A good job by number 60, Stuart Defoe, the guard. They do that cross block again. They like to do this and against that 43 defensive look. Kirkwood goes inside and Defoe kicks out, and Tony Bailey. And Elberg gets into the end zone.
Galloway with the convert to make it 28-0. It is good. Elberg has tied the Vanier Cup record for most touchdowns in a football game. And he's got a lot more time on the clock to break it. 28-0 is the score in favor of Queens.
Last time in use, Alex Iliopoulos is also in there, I believe.
And stopped short is Johnson. An outstanding defensive play by Jamie Lewin and the rest of this Queens defense. They bring the linebacker into the backfield, and Brian Johnson is stopped short. Sykes will go back to the shotgun on 3rd down. Looking deep over the middle, and it's picked off. Intercepted by linebacker Mike Boone, and now Boone heads up the sidelines all the way up to the 52-yard line. Queens has the ball back, has a 28-0 lead, and there's lots to cheer about. The celebration is on the Queens sidelines. The clock is running with 10 seconds to play. Gas brings them out. The first shutout in Vanier Cup history. The clock shows 0. And the Gaels are indeed golden. The Vanier Cup champions for 1992. Doug Hargreaves and the Queens Golden Gaels. And this man with one of the most impressive offensive performances in the history of this championship game. 3 touchdowns. And a 31-0 victory for the Queens Golden Gaels. Championship on the field, in the stands, and of course in Kingston, Ontario. He got a lot of help from his blockers. He'll need it now to get that trophy to the dressing room. There's about 20,000 people blocking the way. 31-0, the final score for Queens over St. Mary's. Back with more in a moment.
Good job.
There was